Hi everyone, welcome back to another of my mental health videos. In this video, I'd like to start by asking you a question. Now, have you ever heard a phrase, or has anyone ever said anything to you and it set off a light in your head? You know, someone said something and it's just clicked with you and it's went ping in your head. So for me, I'd like to share my experience when this happened for me. So in 2014, about mid-2014, shortly after I'd walked away from the NHS mental health system, after I'd said enough is enough, because I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and I realised that I'd only became more sick and tired as I progressed through that system, I heard the phrase, what you think about, you bring about. And a light went on in my head instantly when that happened. Because in that moment, I realised that the more I fought these intrusive thoughts, as they're called, of my OCD, about harming people, about murdering people, I realised that the more I fought these thoughts, the more and more I was going to bring these scenarios into my life. But for me, although that was a light bulb moment, it really didn't go any further until I started working with an expert almost a year later in 2015. And during one of my sessions with this expert, who's known as J.Selimi, he's the world's #1 human behavioural expert, and he's a cognition expert. I discussed this with Tony, this phrase of what you think about, you bring about. And through his exact questioning of what I was asking, of what I was saying, he got me to realise something better, something even greater and at a deeper level. So what we were discussing was, I says, well, what I think about, I bring about. And I shared with him that I came to this realisation that the more I fought these thoughts of, do you want to harm people, go and punch this person, go and murder this person, the more I was bringing these thoughts into my life, the more I was thinking of them, the more I was bringing them about. But Tony got me to realise something else. So when I was ill at one point, I never left my house for 7 months because going outside and just walking past people would trigger these thoughts. And I had placed some sort of external value on this. And what I mean by that is, at that point, I believed that by me going outside, these outside influences would trigger my thoughts. But with Tony's clever questioning, he got me to realise that before I'd even set foot out the door, I was already thinking about this. I was already thinking about it, and what I think about, I bring about. So these scenarios, although they did trigger me and trigger my thoughts when I was outside, before I'd even left the house, I had already set these scenarios up in my mind. I'd already created these scenarios and I'd made them happen before they even happened. And that's just where I'd like to stop with that. And hopefully it'll give you something to think about, especially if you're an OCD sufferer. And the phrase, what you think about, you bring about, when you apply it to your own OCD, just as I've applied it to mine. Now, if you're someone who wants to go a step further and actually start working with this amazing man, you can either start by picking up copies of his book, #Loneliness. Now, anyone with OCD, this is a great read, because having a mental health illness is often very lonely because we don't speak about it, we become introverted and we tend to cut ourselves off from the world. At least I did in my case. Or, here's his first book, A Path to Wisdom, How to Live a Balanced, Healthy and Peaceful Life. And I can definitely say since I started working with Tony, my life is far more balanced, peaceful and healthy. Or if you want to book that clarity consultation, go over to his website or email his PA Alma directly at info@tonyselimi.com.